Hey, how's it going? Today is Saturday, 30th of December. We're taking a look at some of the press releases and everything what's happening while we're entering New Year. And I thought it might be a good time taking a look at perhaps or reflecting on some of uh, the things that are happening in the world, right? I have made for the first video, I made an offer. Have progressed into what's happening when it comes to British Army manufacturing vehicles, as well as I have taken a look at some of the projects happening within the world when it comes to fighter jets and manufacturing of those. Let's touch on Charities. Perhaps we're taking a look at what's happening, perhaps closer to UK, some of the charities and everything related to perhaps helping others. But perhaps before coming into it, it's worth mentioning. Myself, I'm looking to support to help others if I can with my time. I don't know about when we're talking about volunteering and community organizations. What else can you offer, right? And the process I have taken, well, there might be another round in the future since I was taking a look at something that is called impact fund, and I was taking a look at the second round, and I have submitted the project and or potentially seeing finance, right? Since we're taking a look at volunteering and community organizations, and or perhaps it's worth mentioning that there's an options there for people who are looking to support and help others in different ways how you can potentially source finance for giving opportunity, have finances available, and what kind of activities you would like to do. I have taken that part. I haven't received any response, right? Let's take a look at this press release. Charities providing food, shelter, and warmth giving support. Over 800 charities and community organizations struggling with increased demand have been awarded funding as a part of a 76 million package, and it was released on 22nd. So there's might be opportunities there. I don't know nothing about this particular funds and everything what's available. Perhaps they're not necessarily looking in introducing new projects, but perhaps they're looking to support existing projects. Food banks, warm hubs, and safe space amongst the first 800 charities to benefit from support. Frontline charities and community organizations meeting increased demand for critical services. That's the first bullet point, and that would be an article that we're going to be taking a look at and delving deeper to understand. Uh, the 38 million pounds already allocated to support organizations carrying out vital work helping the most vulnerable people. And the last point, that would be an additional package of support to improve energy efficiency of the community organizations now open for applications. Over 800 charities community organizations struggling with increased demand have been awarded funding as a part of a 76 million package to help vulnerable people. So there was a spike in demand, right? But perhaps that would be every year. So that's perhaps not a surprise for many people working within some of those organizations, as perhaps within a year certain periods within a year whereas the double or triple increase of demand or stress on the services that they offer, and perhaps the increased demand and how they fulfilling those services. Projects tackling food poverty, homelessness, charities, and services offering financial advice are amongst those to benefit from funding, providing a much needed funding boost for those making increased demand for their critical services. There's something that I have mentioned already. So there's opportunities out there for people who are interested in setting up different organizations and or receiving funding. Right? It's there's different funding rounds available for people who are looking to perhaps giving back to communities. The funding comes at the critical times as charities and organizations support more people struggling to heat their homes and access hot meals. Grants worth between 10,000 and 75,000 are being allocated to cover projects and core costs, including permanent, perhaps there should be, or premises rent. Okay. Utilities, staff, and volunteers, right? So additional costs, operating costs, if anything, right? Well, I don't know myself if what they're looking to do. myself, I have to reach out to a number also of those projects. So some of those projects, my overall feedback was I have taken a part in another different project where they were taking a look at people with financial difficulties, and they were addressing about changing in habits of those people. I thought that they should something that I was having highlighted during that meeting that I have taken was overall education of the people. So I thought that would be more of the something that a better use of capital and investing in people's education when it comes to use of money and how money works would be way better use of money. But that's my was overall feedback. Again, I don't want to get anyone in trouble, but that's what I'm saying. In this article, we're discussing about covering the rent, right? That's not a solution. That's bandage solution. That's might be a waste of everyone's time. That's my personal understanding coming into this. So I thought might as well touch on some of those projects and potential offer solutions. So it would be a way how to solve this problem, right? And we're gonna take a look at the project where they're printing a place to live. So we're printing it. In Central Texas, homes are being built with emerging 3D technologies. Let's try to understand this article a little bit better. Skipping a lot of information since that's not what this perhaps article is all about. But what I'm saying, there's a solution to this problem, right? And I'm taking a look, and I'll try to break it down, and I'll take only what I personally believe would be most important information from this article, right? A small 3D printed home's walls can be built in under 24 hours with printing on the large single-family homes, walls running from 10 to 45 days. The average single-family home using traditional methods can take 6 or 8 months to construct, according to this project, right? So that's for-profit companies, perhaps even I don't know, building the houses, right? And what they're saying, they can build it very fast using some of those technologies, right? Addressing affordability and the shelter crisis. About 30 miles north of Austin in Georgetown, I think that's the name of the company, right? Is printing an entire 100 homes. I'm not supported by any of those companies. Send me a check. Subdivision called, okay, that's the name of project in collaboration with, perhaps local government, major developer, okay, that's the name of the project again. Perhaps there's 3 different companies trying to work together and solve this problem, right? And I'll skip again, there's a lot of information there. It's listing the homes for roughly somewhere close to $500,000. Average cost of the home in Georgetown sits at $500,000, somewhere close to that, right? And in what the story calls the world's first 3D printed community, 10 homes were built just outside that's the name there, in the state of, financial needy families in the region who moved in their homes in November 21. Well, I'm looking at what were the costs. Perhaps they're not covering the cost. That's what I'm trying to understand. Built so they well, I understand they have built a number of those houses already. There's a number. Perhaps it's software projects. I'm looking to understand because I'll try to find the cost. Perhaps there's no cost, but in the terms of how much time would it require, perhaps I'll try to delve a little bit deeper and try and understand. I don't think there's any cost there. Yourself, if you're interested in learning more, I have published a journal. Within this journal, I'm taking a look and I'm trying to understand what really the process and or share that process with others of how to improve or support people and perhaps sharing a system, if anything, of a tool how people can develop their habits and what would be the process, right, of doing it roughly 70 days. It's structured so it would be 90 days, and every single day yourself you would need to work towards achieving that. That would be every page 24-hour windows where and what you would do every single day working towards achieving your goals. I have put together a number of things that I personally believe would be important, and I would highly recommend sticking with the program and see progress after those days. You can find the QR code in the corner company's website below. I don't know the cost. There's a full article that I would need to read. Let's say within that region, roughly a house price is somewhere it's about $500,000, right? Okay, from there, let's progress to the UK and let's take a look at some of those charities and something that perhaps is being done because well, perhaps that's my ignorance, right? Coming into many things, right? Because I believe I would do things better, way better, which perhaps not necessarily true, right? Because I haven't done it yet. As part of the 100 million package of supporting allocated during the spring budget, it was also announced that 25.5 million will be used to pay for measures to help voluntary, community, and social enterprise organizations in England to improve energy efficiency. Funding will help the long-term energy and financial resilience of the sector, as well as supporting the government's commitment to hitting net zero targets by 2050. The Independent Energy Assessment Organization will be able to identify who and or how to reduce bills throughout the measures such as improving or installing new energy features in the buildings. And a fund will also support the installation of the energy measures such as installation, heating, and or lighting systems where applicants are eligible. So there's more measures right in place. Applications for the 25.5 million energy efficient scheme administered by community charity groundwork are now open. Eligible organizations are able to apply for funding via ground website. The funding allows the support of package of 750 million dedicated to help charities adapt and maintain essential services during the pandemic as a part of the government's 400 billion COVID supports package. If anything, I don't know. So because I can understand that housing is one of the biggest problems of that, right? And solving this problem and perhaps heating and everything might be very complex and hard to do. I was taking a look at the example that was in Texas, not necessarily perhaps it's too hot over there already, but we're comparing against perhaps UK's environment. So the many factors to consider what that would do potentially instead of paying for what I'm saying instead of paying for rent perhaps purchase equipment and start building or printing those houses. So something I was touching on. And with 400 billion, perhaps there might be some companies up there who might be able to do it. Again, how many companies within the UK would be able to do it? 5. So there might be some opportunities there. That's what I'm saying. I don't know about the structure of the company. It would be for profit, non-profit, and all of that, right? But that would be coming into some of those projects and would perhaps how to solve those problems, and so by solving those problems, perhaps addressing existing issues and how money is currently being allocated, and perhaps better ways of doing it. But again, that would be myself sitting down and writing down the project that not necessarily would lead to anything. So what I'm saying, I'm doing it, not necessarily would lead to anything. So good luck for people who would like to do it themselves. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next one.